53-year-old Olena lives in Zdvizhivka, 40 kilometers west of Kiev. Her neighbor's two children, now adult men, were found buried in a shallow grave.
It's unbelievable what they did to our boys. They weren't even soldiers. They were veterans from Donbass. But you can't imagine what they did to them. They broke their arms and legs. They shot them in their mouth. One of them was missing half of their skull. The brains were in the hood of his jacket. Their mother laid on the body for 3 days crying and screaming.
Overcome by emotion, Olena explains how difficult it was to live with Russian soldiers occupying her village.
From the first days of the operation, the Russians were here. It was horrific. Everyone was crying and it was impossible to live with them. They were so aggressive, but in other places, there were younger soldiers who just wanted to go home. But you can see what they did to us here.
Locals say at least 5,000 Russian soldiers in 100 military vehicles occupied their town. The same forces participated in attacks on Irpin and Bucha. Russian forces entered Svichka on February 26, just 2 days after Putin announced the start of this operation. And what's left is a path of destruction all across this road from the Hostomel airport heading towards Borodyanka. In this particular village, the church behind me was used by Russian forces as a medical facility, according to the locals. There were even helicopters landing to evacuate injured soldiers. But while the Russian forces were here, Father Vasily, one of the priests who stayed in this town outside of Kiev, says Russian forces committed war crimes executing civilians. A short ride into the woods near Zdvizhivka, where the two men were found, reveals signs of what was a large encampment of Russian troops. It was only after the infantry retreated that locals discovered the bodies of the two brothers.
When the soldiers came, we started to cut down trees to block the roads and slow their advance. They got stuck for some time here in the woods. After they left, we came to collect firewood and see what happened to the Russians. That's when we found body parts coming out of the ground. Then we called for Father Vasily.
Vasily led the exhumation and reburial of the bodies.
At first, we thought it was only one body, but when we dug deeper, we found two. It was hard to recognize them at first, but when we went to bury them, the local recognized them. One of them was blindfolded and their bodies were mutilated.
Father Vasily says the community is struggling to heal after their horrific experiences, but hopes praying together and time will help them move forward. Obaida Hitto, TRT World, Zdvizhivka, Ukraine.